Can anybody, by show of hands, name a couple of organs, vital organs? Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm so happy that you said that because skin is the last organ that's considered. Skin is actually your largest organ. It's also a communicative organ. So anything that's going on inside of the body, your skin is going to show it, okay? Now your skin is comprised of 3 different layers, okay? The first layer is gonna be your epidermis. Your epidermis layer is thin, like thinner than a piece of paper, but it's comprised of 20 layers of skin cells. Isn't that amazing? So your epidermis is what protects everything. So it protects your body from the natural elements, as well as like the sun, the rain, and germs. Now the second layer of your skin is going to be the dermis. This is going to be the thickest layer. Your dermis is what houses the collagen and elastin in our skin. So, you know, as we mature, those tend to slow down. But thankfully, we have some products that boost up the production. Along with that, you have water, hyaluronic acid, and proteins in the dermis of the skin. Okay, the third layer of the skin is going to be the hypodermis. Now, imagine if you were to go just sit down in a chair and you didn't have any of this, all you would be sitting on is bones. So that's the purpose of the hypodermis. It serves as cushion. So, you know, when we are arguing about those thick thighs, trust me, they're there for a reason. You want that cushion because you don't want to be sitting on bones, okay? Now, how many of you have heard of gut microbiome? Awesome. Now, did you know that your skin has its own microbiome as well? So, yes. So on the microbiome of your skin, it covers everything from between your toes and to the oil glands in your skin. Your microbiome is actually designed based upon your genetics. So it's unique to you. So imagine a safari of germs, fungi, and mites all over your body. They're invisible, you can't see them, but they're there to protect your skin. So I just wanted to share just insights on your skin and how it serves your body, okay? So we're gonna do a little demonstration. Okay. So. Now, how many of you have a good skincare regimen already at home? Just a few hands. How many of you have questions on what you should have in your regimen? All right, so we're gonna get those questions answered today. All right, so the first part of your skincare regimen is gonna start with cleansing. Now, the question is, how do you determine what type of cleanser to get, okay? So the first cleanser that we're gonna start with is gonna be a cleansing oil. Now you may be thinking, I already have oily skin. Like, do I really wanna put oil on my oily skin? And the question is yes. Cleansing oils are developed and formulated for all skin types. It can be used alone, or it can be used as a part of your cleansing, your double cleansing system. Now the purpose of a cleansing oil is to attract oil. It's also going to break up any debris, any excess sebum, when your skin is like feeling oily, any makeup, and any debris from the environment. So I'm working with a cleansing oil. You just want to rub it into the face. And you want to massage that in, okay? Now, some cleansing oils are developed where you have to activate it with water.
Do you know where the lady is that was registering people?
Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of water to activate it. And my lovely model, she's not wearing any makeup. She kind of already has pretty skin, but she has been dealing with a little bit of dryness, so I'm gonna help her out today with that. So I added some water to the cleansing oil. This is gonna activate the ingredients in it. So it is breaking up any dirt, any debris on her skin.
What are the different skin types and why is it important to understand your skin type when determining products?
It's important to determine so you know which type of products to get. So like right now we're starting with the cleansing oil. You could also look into a cleansing gel. A cleansing gel is formulated for all skin types as well. Besides a cleansing gel, if you have skin that is like dry to normal, well, normal to dry, you can use a cleansing lotion. If your skin is much more on the drier side, like mature dry skin, then you want to choose a cleanser that's a cream. So the formulations of the cleanser matters depending upon what you're experiencing with your skin, whether it's normal, whether it's dry or very dry. Cleansing creams can also help break up any makeup as well, if you wear a lot of makeup. For my model here, we're going to use a cleansing gel. Now, when cleansing, you really want to get in there. This should take about 2 to 3 minutes. And you really want to work that in because the friction from your hands is actually going to help pick up that dirt and debris that's sitting on top of your skin.
How many times a day should I cleanse?
At least twice a day, morning and night. Morning and night. I know some people are like, really? Yes, morning and night. And especially at nighttime, especially when we get into exfoliation.
If you guys have questions, you're welcome to ask any questions along the way. Don't be shy, okay?
What's your name again?
It's Kim.
Kim, okay, okay.
So it's great
use
to
the
do
model?
this at home. Do you
Oh,
also
that's what I was gonna say.
recommend,
I'm like, you
what's the
should be.
importance of actually going
Okay, I
into an
figured that,
actual
okay.
spa and getting a professional treatment and how often?
Do some
Okay, so going to see a professional for your skincare regimen is going to be very important because there are going to be a lot of treatments that are more aggressive that a professional can do. Also, by going to a professional for your facials, we're going to be able to tell you what's going on with your skin. And if there's any early signs of changes in the skin, we'll be able to catch that before it gets worse. And then we also can recommend products as well, just like I'm doing now, so you know which products to choose. So now we're going to get into exfoliation. How do many of you currently exfoliate now? All right. It's okay if you don't. You will after today.
What is exfoliation? Why is it important?
All right, so with exfoliation, exfoliation is going to help break up any dead skin cells on top of the surface. As you know, our skin is nocturnal. So when we're asleep, our skin is working at night. It's doing its skin cell turnover. Exfoliation helps with that. Without exfoliation, those dead skin cells, they just sit on top of each other. And that later on leads to breakouts and clogging the pores. Exfoliation also helps to brighten up the skin. So if it's dull, bless you.
I have a question. How important is it to drink water?
Very important. Oh my God, I cannot stress that enough. Water is going to help flush a lot of toxins out of your body. Again, remember, your skin tells the world everything. So if you're not drinking water, we're going to see it in your skin.
With so many products like that for the skin, how do you know which one to pick for your own skin?
With exfoliation or just in general?
You get lost.
I'm sorry?
For exfoliating the skin, how do you know which one to use? There's so many products on the shelf, you get lost and don't know what to do for yourself.
Okay, yes. So there's going to be two types of exfoliants that you should look for. The first type is going to be a mechanical exfoliant, which is what I'm mixing up now. So that's going to be like in a form of your rice bran, your jojoba beads. Those are going to be mechanical exfoliants. The second type of exfoliant is going to be chemical. So your chemical exfoliant is actually formulated for sensitive skin as well as reactive skin. So those type of exfoliant is going to be your papaya. It's going to be your enzymes, your papaya, your pineapple, and your pumpkin. Okay.
Come on.
I do recommend exfoliating at night, again, because you have to think about skin cells turning over. And that's a cycle that goes on for, when it comes to younger skin, it goes on for 21 days. As we mature, it takes about 60 days for our skin cells to turn over. But by exfoliating, you're actually helping to speed up the process. Does anybody have any questions thus far?
Should I do this every night?
Okay, that's a very good question. So with exfoliating, I do recommend 2 to 3 times a week. You also want to go by the manufacturer, what they recommend or what your professional esthetician recommends. But normally 2 to 3 times a week, and again, I do recommend doing this at night.
My other question is, should you have a different routine? Thank you. Should you have a different routine in the morning and night?
So just to keep it basic, I recommend in the morning, again, like your double cleansing system, a good eye cream, moisturizer, and SPF. If you are using other products like retinol, which would be considered like an acid, that's something that you want to do at night. Just gonna rub this on. Doing okay? All right, how do you feel? All right, so we just did some exfoliation.
I have another one.
Sure.
Steaming.
Thank you.
Yes, can you talk a little bit about that, like how often should I use a facial steamer?
That's what I
I'm
was
sure you
wondering,
know
but it
that
looks
they
better
do
now.
everything that women, and it's supposed to do all the things. But how often should we do that and when, based on the weather?
Steaming can actually be used at any time. You can use it as often as you like. I would not overdo it with the steaming just because it can dry your skin out, but it is good to use if you have like a good facial steamer. If not, I always recommend doing your regimen in the shower, because you have that steam that way as well, and that steam is going to help open up your pores. And then when you are done with your products, if you want to just splash your face with some cold water, because that cold water is going to help close and tighten those pores as well. Everything off. Now, typically after exfoliation, I would do extractions on her skin. But she has good skin already. That won't be necessary. So what we're going to do next is just a gentle massage on her face. So the purpose of the mask is multitasking. So it's going to help tighten and tone your skin. And it also depends on what type of mask that you get for your skin. If you get like a clay mask, if you have like very oily skin, I recommend a clay mask. With clay masks, I recommend, with ingredients that has bentonite and kaolin clay, because they're gonna help absorb that excess oil. I also recommend like a hydrating mask if you're experiencing dehydration in the skin or dryness of the skin. That's going to help put moisture back in the skin as well. Masking, I say about 2, maybe twice a week. Now, right now, so right now we are doing a little bit of massaging on the skin. Massaging helps increase the blood flow of the skin. So besides massaging, you can also use implements like a jade roller, which is really nice and cooling to the skin. This is going to help release toxins in the skin. It's also going to help with any under-eye puffiness. My mom was like, I do.
Yes, what do you use a cleanser?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, when do you use a cleanser or do you use a cleanser?
You do. So a cleanser is going to be the first step.
Okay, I think I might have missed something. So you use a cleanser oil, and that's the same as like a soap cleanser?
No. So your cleansing oil, it can be used by itself, or it can be used as a part of your cleansing system. So you'll have your cleansing oil and then whatever cleanser is specific to your skin type. So if your skin is like normal, you can use like a gel cleanser, because gel cleansers are formulated for all skin types. If you're having an experience of dryness, you want to focus on a cleanser that's like a lotion. It's going to have like a light emulsion to it when you add water. But if it's very, very dry, then you want to choose a cleanser that's more creamy. When you add water to that, you'll really see like a heavy emulsion with it.
Very oily skin.
Mhm.
And whole double cleansing, like,
Yes, so that's what it is. It's going to be your cleansing oil and then whatever cleanser specific to your skin type. That's going to be your double cleansing.
No, this might not be good.
Yes. But focus on which exfoliate at night. This is going to be your jade roller. It's very cooling to touch. You can also, you can also make this very cold and put it in your refrigerator. And you can just use it after like cleansing and exfoliating. What it's gonna do is this part here, if you go under the eyes, is puffiness. It's also gonna help release toxins from the skin. It doesn't have to be. It's kind of cooling to touch by itself, but just for that added effect, I like to put mine in the refrigerator. A jade roller. Another implement that you can use is a gua sha. I don't have that with me. That's another massaging tool. With the gua sha, that's actually going to help with lymphatic drainage in the skin. And here's another important thing to know too when it comes to choosing a cleanser. I always hear this, and I'm not going to chastise anybody today if you use soap. I always hear about Dove soap, Dove Gentle soap. And you're right, it is made for the skin. Keep in mind that your skin is different from the rest of the skin of your body, because your skin on your face is going to be a lot more delicate. So even with a soap, it's still a detergent. So it's stripping your skin of its natural oils. So if you're doing that and you're starting to notice, oh, my skin is a little dry or it's very, very oily, it's because your skin is reacting. It's like, oh no, I don't have any oils. I need to produce more. And that's how your skin becomes oily, because the detergent from the soap is stripping its natural oils, and it's also changing the texture of your skin as well.
But maybe that right
Can
side.
you speak to like 50 and over routines, regimens, creams that you suggest, like to prevent or slow down aging signs?
Yes. So that's where we would get into, again, using a cream cleanser, using a very thick moisturizer, which we're going to touch on as well. Some products that you might want to incorporate is products with retinol in it, because that's going to help with aging. And then most importantly is SPF. I think that's the one step that we all overlook. SPF is going to protect your skin. It's actually going to protect your skin not just from the sun, from the rays, but from the environmental elements. And that's going to help slow down signs of aging.
Holly, maybe you can go back there and point to your wife. This is my lunch.
So my question is, what do you think about removing your makeup with makeup wipes as opposed to micellar water or an oil-based cleanser?
Makeup wipes is a good start, but honestly, makeup wipes is not going to pick up everything. It's not going to help with breaking down that makeup, which is why we recommend doing a cleansing oil or a heavy cream to remove makeup. Micellar water is good too. That's also considered like another cleanser because it's gonna help pick up that dirt, that debris, that makeup, and it's gonna help tighten and tone in one step. And if you are using makeup wipes to remove, there's nothing wrong with that, but just know that makeup wipes by itself is not enough. All right, so right now we are masking. This is a colloidal mask. It's very hydrating to the skin. So we're gonna let this set a little bit.
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay.
For women that's in menopause,
Some situations when, we're dealing with hormonal acne and we're dealing with menopause, because that's an inside situation, the only thing we can do on the outside is just maintain it and just keep it calm. So again, like a good regimen and maybe a specific serum for you that focuses on acne breakouts. Okay, yeah. Yeah, some things are, internal, but on the outside, it's only but so much we can do within our scope of practice. But we gonna talk. All right, anybody have any questions I can answer right now while my lovely model's enjoying her hydrating mask? Usually about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes. And that's gonna be for like any type of mask that you're using. So normally when I'm masking, I'll put my mask on and then I'll go fold some laundry or do some stuff around the house. And then when my 10 minutes is up, I just remove my mask and finish my routine. So I'm gonna wrap up this regimen with a little bit of eye cream. Now with eye cream, one thing you need to remember when it comes to the eyes, the skin is gonna be a little bit more delicate than it is the rest of your face. So when utilizing the eye cream, take your ring finger, because it's gonna be light pressure, and you want to pat in around the orbital bone, which is this area here onto the brow bone. So you want to pat that in, and I do recommend patting in inward motion. So next time you're like sleepy and yawning, be mindful of that when you're rubbing your eyes, because you don't want to rip or damage the skin. And then we're gonna use some moisturizer. And then when it comes to your moisturizer, again, that's gonna depend on what's going on with your skin. If you are someone with very oily skin, I recommend an oil-free moisturizer or a type of hydrating moisturizer. If you are experiencing very dry skin, definitely want to use a heavier moisturizer that contains oil. Now using a moisturizer, because I know some people, I don't know how, but some people end up skipping that step. They cleanse their face and everything. I don't know how they skip moisturizer, but a moisturizer is actually going to help seal in your skin's natural moisture. So that's the purpose of it. And then as always, we want to use some SPF. Okay. Because we want to protect our skin from the sun. Now SPF should be worn all year round, especially if it's raining or it's cloudy outside. When it's rainy and cloudy, that's double the exposure of sun rays. Yes.
I did a makeup party at her
I hear some people will say, well, the sun's not out, so I'm not gonna put any SPF on. You should still put SPF on.
But maybe could you speak to the teens in the room? How important is it for them to have skincare routines? And how early should one?
I would say for teens, I would say normally around maybe the ages of 13 to 14. Now with teens, I know like we get excited, we see things on TikTok and we want to try the latest product. But when it comes to teenagers and their skin, your skin is still developing, it's still maturing. So you don't want to get into a lot of harsh products. You need to keep your skincare routine simple. A nice cleanser, exfoliant, moisturizer, and SPF. Now, if you find yourself, and I know it's exciting, I get exciting too when I see all these new great products and I just want to try them all because I want to stay young forever. But if you find yourself using a lot of products and your skin is reacting abnormal to it, go back to the basics. Start over. Just start with a basic routine to calm your skin down. Okay? All right. And so, this concludes our skincare session.